Although this is a much changed squad, there is experience right the way through the heart of the team. Kampon, the Ratchaburi, winning his 13th cap. Manny Beer, his 25th cap. Zarak, cap number 90 for the captain from BG Pathum United. And such a wonderful leader. Anthony Hudson looking refreshed. There's been nothing but positive about the training of his team. It is early days. And of course, the Asian Cup in Saudi Arabia early in 2027 is a target for him, but so is the ASEAN Championship, where Thailand are looking to add an 8th title. Tan Cheng Ho, the interim coach. Many difficulties for Malaysia, but he is a steady, safe pair of hands. This is his 2nd spell as the national coach of Malaysia. And he is popular amongst players and supporters alike. And he's put together this squad at very, very short notice, and they played some good football in their 2 victories so far. But this is a different matter altogether. The likes of Sarab, the likes of Tirasak, and the young guns, the likes of Kakana and Chayapom and Yotsukorn, make it very difficult. ASEAN Hyundai Cup 2026. Malaysia in yellow going right to left, get us underway. And immediately an effort coming from Shafiq Ahmad. The books at Brunei DPMM last year is without a club so far this year, but I'm sure a good showing here will put Shafiq in really good stead. Really burst onto the scene as a teenager with Johor Darul Taksim. And as Johor spent to prove their chances in the AFC Champions League, Shafiq went down the pecking order. As Manny Beer, he's made a transfer as well, cross City to Port. Tapon, ball over the top. Azrigani, just his 5th cap, the 27-year-old. He's another highly regarded player. Ubaidullah. In back 4 for Malaysia. Started against Laos. Shafiq certainly involved, and Ubaidullah just inviting Kakana to come forward. Kakana is the most advanced of the midfield 4 that Thailand operate on. Here's Mohamedou Soumaré. They got a rare spell. Alif. Soumaré, strong tackle comes in from Usama. The Moroccan on his first international stop. Big, powerful 6-footer. Can't play centre-back, but happy to operate at left-back as well, Usama. This is the other full-back, Narubardin. Sarat will expect plenty of the ball. All in white is Kampon, and just forced to hoist that high. Ubaidullah will be happy. Ubaidullah took a knock there as he came through the back of Yotsukorn. Ubaidullah's limping in the middle of the pitch there. We'll keep a little eye on that one. Ubaidullah's got to react and does do. If Heikel, now wide to Ruben Tiran. Ruben Tiran, old cap, but he's been in international squads for the past 4 years, Ruben Tiran. Ubaidullah goes down very quickly by Kakana Kamyok. They do press, and they are pressing hard. There's a 4-man press coming there from Thailand, and Usama versus Soumaré is interesting. And Usama gets in the way of Soumaré, and then gives the ball away. Alif Heikel. Now he'll love the ball in possession. He's a lovely passer of the ball, Alif. To Ruben Tiran. His ball, and there's nothing overly aggressive about that from Sergio Aguero. Chayapon. second international start. Here's another who's made the move to Port FC from Sukhothai. Just tries to make sure that relations between Malaysia and Thailand aren't broken by a bit of nonsense. Aguero will probably be the more deep-lying of the players, and that was Sama versus Samare. Looks like it might be a conflict right the way through. Samare won't shy away from physicality. Narubardin to the hugely successful Boram setup. Yotsukorn, like Yotsukorn, 6 foot and full of dynamic running. Ruben will have his hands full and his heels clipped by Yotsukorn. Played a little bit of football in the Philippines leagues, did Ruben Tiran, deciding to head back to Malacca ahead of the upcoming campaign. Aguero, nicely played. Alan Pavitran, a couple of assists for the Darryl Taksim second team player. JDT2 providing a lot of players for Sanchenko's squad. They won the second flight in Malaysian football, JDT2. Anibia, Malaysia with the majority of the possession in this opening 5 minutes or so. Seksan, who's barely had a touch. Bia. Looks to have recovered. Nice little touch. Nice Shafiq onto Aguero. Pavitran. Kakana almost playing as an orthodox number 9. Guardiola onto Azri. Look forward, Sumare has got the wrong side of Usama. He's looking for support in the middle. It's late arriving. The overlap from Jimmy Raymond is on. Beer clears for a throw-in. An excellent overlapping run by Kuching United, Jimmy Raymond, and Beer had to be alert. Does like his fullbacks to get forward. Two coming into the penalty area. Malaysia with another throw over on the far side. Tamare. Chazue, Shafiq just eased out by Narubadim. Good defending, and it's a little unnecessary challenge by Yotsukorn. The 21-year-old has taken Pavitran. Winger is Pavitran. Yotsukorn doing some defending. Malaysia do have an aerial threat with Shafiq, Paulo Jazue, Sumare. Aguero trying to cause a problem here for Kampong. Digs it in, no problem for Kampong. Looking to release quickly. Does exactly that, but it's a little bit rushed. Shafiq just beaten to it by Seksan. Aguero, slipped by Kakana. Takes it quickly, Shafiq. It's out to Pavitran. Pavitran once again. Surrounded by two, make sure you get something, retain possession, and Yotsukorn's been doing more defensive work than anything else. Comfortable catch for the goalkeeper, good experienced keeper. His Kampong may only be cap number 13. The Ratchaburi keeper has been a solid custodian for the best part of a decade more in the top flight in Thailand. Tada. Long ball over the top. Nasri to the edge of his penalty area as Tidasak attacked. Okay, Nasri's in goal. The Malaysian Football Awards are going on, and Nasri wasn't one of the top 3 goalkeeper contenders. There is a good depth in Malaysian goalkeeping, as there is, to be fair, in Thailand. Aguero. Sumare against Tidasak. He's a real character, is Mohamedou Sumare, born in Guinea but been in Malaysia since his early teens. Aguero. Oh, problem for Ruben Theram. The press is strong from Thailand. Theram was looking for Pivitron, and there's a ripple of applause around the stadium that's slowly but surely growing. Influence on the sidelines. Of the young players, he knows most of them. He's been involved behind the scenes in Malaysian football, even during the reign of Peter Klamovski. He recently left to join English club Salford. Osama to Sadat. Clip over the top. Abdullah loses out. Alif. Steady start by Alif Heikel. Oh, and clever. Bit of a naughty foul there by Narubardin. He left a lot there on Pavitran. Barakborn wingers got up quickly. Narubardin didn't like being nutmegged by a rookie. Aguero seeing a lot of the ball at the base of midfield. Alif will love to be in that position. Usama's got to work. This is Mohamedou Sumare. Sumare pulls it back, looks for Shafiq. Well, that was exciting play in the heart of midfield. And Sumare getting down the right-hand side, released. The confidence to go past Usama. Sadat with a very important challenge. First corner of the game belongs to Malaysia. 5 in the penalty area. Rodney Kelvin. Beer gets there. It's a throw-in. Dominant centre-back, German-born. Jimmy Raymond, 5 seconds from now to take the throw. Sumara does well, faced by Usama. Raymond, Alif. It's the body there of Chayapom. This is good strong running from Yotsuko. For Kakana. Very much is playing as an out-and-out centre forward. Baidullah doing a good job. Philippines 4. at home to Myanmar. Getting back into the groove. 4 second half goals for them. Allowed a third straight defeat. Sumare, lovely turn. Usama came through the back. Referee will at the very least have to have a word there with Usama. Terrific turn. I'm enjoying that battle. Sumare winning on points at the moment in this opening 15 minutes. Usama born in Casablanca. Dad timer. Widad, and he's going to face Jimmy Raymond this time. Tidasak's having to work defensively. Usama is out on Mohamedou Sumare. Sumare is looking for Jimmy Raymond. That run harmlessly out of play. There's a nice little subplot developing. Mohamedou Sumare, the number 13, up against the other number 13, Usama Tiankam. Beer. Chaipon. Nice angle play by Chaipon. This is Usama going forward. It's flicked in. It's come off. Tilasak's head. This time coming short. Looks like he's got a free roll. Kanakamyok. It's on United. Well, I was going to call him midfielder, but he's a striker. A bit of everything rolled into one. Tilasak, who scored with a header against Laos. He's got himself 8 international goals. Again, Raymond sprints, keeps it in, just gives the ball to Chaipon. It's been a testing start for Usama Tiankam. This time he's come short. Really has been given the playmaker role. He's taken his time to pick his pass. Narubardin. Seksan. Takana. Tamanibea. Malaysia 4-4-2 when they're defending, 4-5-1 in many ways. Narubardin. Tiran does well to block and stops the ball going out for a corner kick. Picked up though by Sadat Yuyun. Once again just mopped up. 90th international now. Terrific player. The national and international stage as Yotsukorn goes through and is denied by Ubaidullah. Defender then clears his lines, looks for Paulo Josue. He's barely had a touch so far, the Brazilian-born captain of Malaysia. Chaipon wants it short. Thailand just looking to up the tempo as we approach the 20-minute mark. Long ball over the top. Rivardin is offside. Clear enough for referee to make that call. Sure that the linesman, the assistant referee, put his flag up, does he? Yes, he does. Vietnam, fourth official also from Vietnam. Shafiq. He's a really talented centre forward early on in his career, Shafiq Ahmad. I'm sure he's loving being in the team, but whether or not he'd like to be leading the line, as Ubaidullah is just tugged back by Kakana. Two young players who've already made a mark in their respective domestic leagues. Ubaidullah actually has been talked about for Malaysia for a long time with the younger age groups. Kakana, who can run, still can run, and then it's the wrong choice of pass. Tirasak had Kakana outside of him. Well, Rodney Kelvin just turned and ran away from him. To be fair, he was covering for Jimmy Raymond, who'd gone absent without leave at right back. But no harm done. Over the top, Sumere once again caused a problem. Sama's finding Mohamed Samara a real handful. Another tug back on the back of Avidran, this time by Seksan. Noisy section of Thai fans away to our right, trying to get a bit of atmosphere going in the crowd. Been a little bit soporific and not really inspired by their team, which is good news for Malaysia. Ubaidullah don't have a great record against Thailand. 13 matches, just 3 wins for Malaysia. 2 of them were in losing aggregate ASEAN Championship matches. Kakana catches Aguero. Aguero stays down. On the tip of the toe. Not sure about the knee, but it's on the tip of the toe. Here's Rodney Kelvin playing club football in the ASEAN Championship and FC Champions League 2 this year for Kuching City, a highly ambitious club. Will also be playing international competition for his club. A matter of this ASEAN Championship to conclude though before then. Free kick that time, overly aggressive from Aguero. It's not been a thriller. The team's still just testing each other out, and pretty sure this will actually suit Malaysia. The tempo is to their liking. Sarat. Bia. Sarat again. Kakana. Keep an eye on him. He's turned up on the left wing, centre forward. Now playing in centre midfield. Clearly Anthony Hudson has a lot of faith in that young fella. Seksan. Lovely ball around the corner, looks for Yotsukorn. And Yotsukorn strong, gets the better of Waidilla and Raventeren. Yotsukorn again. A little smell in Singaporean football with Yotsukorn. Once again, Kana turning up in central midfield. The check there's not two number 7s up there because he is roving around like a genuine spare man. Seksam. Lovely ball. Narubardin lost the face of goal, but Seksam dissecting Ubaidullah and Raventeren. Delicious pass in by the number 5. What a lovely ball. Raventeren wasn't quite sure, and now Narubardin was hoping that man at the back post, Tirasak, would gamble. Lovely football by Thailand, best move. Terrific player. There's a lot of games at junior level for Thailand. First became aware of him with Boram United, now central figure with the Rayong club. Actually not to clear quickly because he was being closed down. Gives the ball away as a result. And there's a break on here. Kamyok, oh, look for Yotsukorn. And Yotsukorn just couldn't stretch the right leg enough. Lovely fast break, and it came from pressing on the goalkeeper. Once again, it's Seksan who's involved. Would have been tight to being offside, but I think it would have been on if he'd been able to control that. Yotsukorn Borupa. Yeah. One or two glimpses of the Thailand that we know. Thailand beat Lao 5-0 in their first match as we have a look at Sarak Yugen, who came off 92% passing accuracy. It's exactly what you expect of him. 26 passes so far. He really is the fulcrum. Aguero's trying to do a similar job for Malaysia. Alif, down to Jimmy Raymond. Alif looked like he was blocked off there. He's on the floor. Thailand are carrying on. It's Chayapon out wide. Storm has made a great run forward. Chayapon loses out though. Samara's done well, but Chayapon won it back. Seksan again. He's demanding the ball. All three midfielders plus Kakana. Very good passes of the ball for Thailand. Narubardin lurking around the corner. Seksam loses out to Raventeren. Assisted by Aguero. Protects the ball, buys the foul. Experienced play there by Sergio Aguero. There's a little check here. Basic player needs treatment. I think it's not Aguero. It might be Alif Heikel. A chance for the players just to a little bit of water on board. And yeah, Alif, who came in as a replacement for the injured Hendrik Dos Santos. He's got an ACL problem after a rather nasty challenge, a late challenge. Johnny Montpeser of Laos, the match in Cheras at the weekend. I'm seeing plenty of the ball. That was, yeah, that's a good spot by the director. That was where Sada just eased him off, little hip check, ice hockey hip check. New laws, because Alif has had to come off for treatment. He'll have to spend 60 seconds on the sideline. Fourth official, Lee Vullinen, is just making sure Alif doesn't get on, and it means that Malaysia will maybe just try and hold on to the ball. Instead, they push it forward for Jimmy Raymond. Many of the changes that FIFA introduced to the laws of football have approved of, but don't really see this one. Clearly, Alif was hurt. The referee's got to be able to make a judgment call. Malaysia are disadvantaged because one of their players was hurt by a challenge for Thai. Alif is back on, Malaysia back up to full strength. Kankana with another touch. Half an hour gone, ball over the top, and again, Malaysia for the most part have put pressure on the passer. Aguero, Shafiq, this is far too much there. Pavitran. You're young, says Shafiq. You should be able to chase after that. Hudson, I think, looking for time to up the pace. Poor Elephant's a little bit ponderous. Kind of beaten in the air by Aguero, but then just lays it back to Sexan. Long ball over the top. Tilasak's got some pace, but Jimmy Raymond is there. Safety first from Jimmy Raymond, who was playing semi-pro stroke amateur football not so long ago. Meteoric rise for the man who's 30. To Bonk and Sexan out to Narubardin. Sexan again. One-touch football, just trying to manoeuvre Malaysia out of the game. Paulo Jazui doing some closing. I don't think Paulo has had a significant touch of the ball in the 32 minutes that we've been playing. Paulo Jazui. Buvantiran closes down Narubardin. Sexan finds space. Yotsukorn. Yotsukorn again, little swivel. Sumara does well. Pushed aside. I'll tell you what, Thailand are claiming a penalty. There was a swipe at the ball by Ubaidullah. Referee hasn't seen it, but I'm sure VAR will be having a look at this. Ubaidullah went to clear the ball, and I think he found a Thai leg in his way. Edge of the penalty area when it comes through. Yotsukorn misses out there. Ubaidullah gets the ball. Kakana it is who goes down. I think Ubaidullah's got the ball there. VAR will have a look. That shot came in, a scuffed shot. Spun back in towards Azri. Safety first from the Negri Sembilan goalkeeper. VAR will just have a look at this. It's one of those, since VAR came into into play. There's a worry on the Malaysian bench. We are having a look. Just watching on broadcast. The VAR officials are in control of replays. They probably decide not to show it on the big screen, so we are all just waiting. And the referee is going over, which is always a bit of a concern. It means that the two Singaporeans, Mohamed Taki and Farhad, have decided that this is worth the referee looking at. Well, it's one of those soft penalties that 5 years ago nobody even thinks about. The addition of technology. We just need the screen to show through. Referee Kim Busa. He can't make a decision on stuff he can't see. Now we're seeing it. Right, it's Ubaidullah. Does Ubaidullah get there first, or does Kakana? Doesn't look good for Malaysia. Kakana is there. Ubaidullah look guilty. It's a possible penalty. Kakana gets there first, doesn't he? I fear for Malaysia on this one. Milliseconds, the difference. The shots, although the decision is forthcoming from Kim Woo-sung. Penalty it is. There's no intent from Ubaidullah. But he was a fraction late on the back of at the time. Kakana, his alertness, earning the penalty kick. You look at the reaction there, one or two Malaysia players, they know, and Ubaidullah knows at that stage. Into the 36th minute, it's a penalty. Confident enough to want to take it. Samare trying a little bit of gamesmanship, just knocked the ball off the penalty spot. How about this? Yotsuko, 21 years of age, happy to take responsibility. Asri is a fine shot stopper. Chance to really study Yotsuko Burapa for Thailand. Sends Azri the wrong way. 37th minute, Thailand have the lead. Second international goal for Yotsuko Burapa. Finish. Understand why Azri went to his right. The body shape suggested he was going to curl it. Instead he placed it into the corner. Fine penalty. He's a confident boy, is Yotsuko. Thailand lead 1-0. Ubaidullah. You have to be so careful. Routine clearance turns into a penalty, and now Malaysia to kind of take the game, up the game a little bit. Asian Championship, the Cup, first goal, Thailand 1, Malaysia 0. Thailand, the 7 times champions. 2 other occasions they beat Malaysia in the final. That's up in the last edition against Vietnam. Incidentally, were 0-0 by Singapore last night. Brave rearguard action by Gavin Lee's team. Ball down the line. Sport Tidasak. Seksan, Kakana. Kakana again. Seksan. Just keep picking the ball left and right, keep up that 90-95% successful pass ratio. Just keeps things ticking over Sadat. Narubardin, lovely ball down the line. Kakana will chase. Ubaidullah is there. Ubaidullah concedes a corner, which will be Thailand's first of this first half. To curl this one in. Madila marks Manipir. Congested penalty area. Azri just gets a touch. Breaks out to Osama. Didn't want to use his right foot to put that ball in. Rodney Kelvin's header. Jazue has to be careful. Marlo gets in the block. Rodney gets in the block to deny Kakana. Kakana picks up the second ball though. Kakana pulls it wide. Cleared by Aguero. Sadat, lovely ball. Look for Usama, who stretched that 6'1" frame. Thumbs up from the Rock-and-Born left back. Sadat says, be a bit taller next time, please. Lovely run from Usama. Amadou Samara sees the run, but late. Just fades away from Casablanca ball player. Malaysia, in Yangon on match day 1 came from a goal down to defeat Myanmar. Abitran, Ruben gets a second chance. Abitran hasn't seen much of the ball for Abitran. Talking into the ball against Laos, it's a different level of opponent. Thailand. Abitran. Vicious effort, it might break. Shafiq causes a problem. Shafiq Ahmad, defended by Sadat, and then just helped in over the top of the bar by Sergio Aguero. It's a real blow for Malaysia. Now controlling the game, they controlled the tempo against Anthony Hudson's team. One little mistake. Yourself a goal down. Yontakon's penalty, 37 minutes. There's Kakana, who was fouled. Abitran. Again, Alif hasn't been able to get on the ball in dangerous areas. Alif Haikal Lau. Jaipon closing him down. These Thai players will know about Alif from the under-23s. Really dangerous when he gets on the ball. Malaysia perhaps missing the get up and go and the drive of the injured Hendrik Dos Santos. He's not available. So Malaysia need to find solutions. Aguero. Sexan is going to get a yellow card, not for the foul, but for kicking the ball away. First yellow card of the match. Aguero goes down again, holding that right angle. Justifiably this time. He's brave like that, Sergio Aguero. We had a spell at a centre forward. So he knows how to hold the ball up. Yellow card for Sexan. His 19th cap today, the Rayong midfielder. Paulo Josue. He has to come just a little bit deeper. Josue. He's got a lovely left foot, but not on that occasion. Focus on Ubaidullah. This is the penalty incident. It breaks him. He thinks he's got a clearance. Kakana just gets a foot in front of him. After a VAR consultation, referee Kim points the penalty spot. Yotacom buries it in the corner. It's the opening goal, the only goal of this first stanza. Shooting for the top. Time added on. Malaysia on a couple of occasions in the first 10 minutes, but service to Samara's dried up. Shafiq went down and didn't get a free kick. There's Yotacom. And Sadat. We're playing Sadat time. Maybe Thailand will be happy to take this one-goal lead into the break. Malaysia not particularly keen to press, don't want to chance conceding a second. Narubadim. Pavitran does well. It's broken away. Ubaidullah's mistake. Jayapom. Jimmy Raymond is there. And Jayapom pulls it back over the top. Oh, so near to a second goal there. It's my Tirasak. Excellent work by Jayapom. Latched onto a loose ball by Ruben Tiram. And then reacted quicker than Jimmy Raymond, and Tirasak attacks the 6-yard box. And he's so unfortunate. He's directed that over the top. At full stretch. Big let-off for Malaysia right on half-time. And an inquest between Ruben Tiran and Ubaidullah. You make mistakes at the top level, you get punished. Here's Raymond. Be a throw into Malaysia. It's the final minute of the 3 added on. The end of the first half. He's the target. Laid across. Campon collects comfortably. And he's always looking to distribute quickly as Campon. Aguero's cross. Comfortably claimed by the Ratchaburi goalkeeper. To Yotacom. The scorer. He's going to score a hatful in his international career, Yotacom Burapa. Half-time whistle goes. Thailand had the bulk of the possession, the clearest chances, scored the only goal. It came after a careless piece of defending by Ubadullah Shamsul. A little bit unfortunate, he thought there was a routine clearance, but Kakana got in there just ahead of him. Ubadullah kicked the man before the ball, penalty converted by Yotacom. He's getting all the high fives. His second international goal separates these two nations at a venue where Malaysia have never won a competitive international. They've got a lot of work to do in the second half. But it is only half time. And Cheng Ho has got a chance just to draw his team together for their thoughts. Yottakon goes off with the only goal. Thailand have the lead. ASEAN Hyundai Cup, half time. Thailand 1, Malaysia 0.
Xin chào quý vị các bạn, chúng ta cùng quay trở lại hiệp đấu thứ hai của đối đầu giữa đội tuyển Thái Lan và đội tuyển Malaysia. Trong hiệp 1 thì chúng ta có thể thấy một thế trận cân bằng, được hai đội bóng tạo ra sự chặt chẽ của Malaysia và thế bế tắc của đội tuyển Thái Lan, nhưng từ một tình huống phạm lỗi mà thôi thì đã giúp cho đội tuyển Thái Lan có bàn thắng trên chấm 11m. Như vậy là hiệp 2 đã bắt đầu. Malaysia với trang phục màu vàng sẽ bảo vệ cầu môn phía bên trái.
Ngay đầu hiệp 2 này chúng ta đã được thấy sự xuất hiện của số 10 Worachit bên phía đội chủ nhà. Chưa rõ là số 10 Worachit vào sân để thế chỗ cho ai, nhưng nhiều khả năng đó là Chayafon. Worachit lúc này đang đá như một số 8 lệch trái trong đội hình của Thái Lan. Osama Thiangkham. Quãng thời gian đầu hiệp 1 là quãng thời gian mà Osama Thiangkham đã vất vả theo kèm với Sumare. Đúng là Chayafon đã rời sân để nhường chỗ cho Worachit. Giai đoạn cuối hiệp 1, Chayafon đã có một tình huống xâm nhập vòng cấm địa của Malaysia và căng ngang rất đẹp. Nhưng đường căng ngang đó là hơi mạnh để Terasak có thể cụ thể hóa thành bàn thắng. Đường chuyền, pha xử lý của Kakana nhưng nó không đến được vị trí của Yosakon.
Lối chơi chặt chẽ của đội tuyển Malaysia ở trong hiệp 2. Liệu huấn luyện viên Tang Choi Ho có đẩy cao đội hình để tìm kiếm bàn gỡ hòa hay không? Ở trong hiệp 1, cách tấn công tốt nhất của đội tuyển Malaysia bên phía hành lang cánh phải, nơi góp mặt của Sumare và hậu vệ bên phải Jimmy Raymond. Nhưng về sau thì đội tuyển Thái Lan họ cũng đã bịt chặt hai cầu thủ này.
Bên phía Malaysia cũng đã có một sự thay đổi khi Bin Asrul Faris đã vào sân để thế chỗ của Ruven Thiran. Hậu vệ trái mang áo số 24 trong hiệp 1 không thể tham gia tấn công nhiều. Đường chuyền quá sâu, Sumare đã không kịp để có thể tung ra một đường chuyền vào bên trong.
Cầu thủ ghi nhiều bàn thắng nhất cho đội tuyển Malaysia vào thời điểm này đó là cầu thủ số 17 Paulo Joshua. Ở trong 11 thì anh mất hút, không có quá nhiều bóng để cho cầu thủ đội trưởng bên phía đội tuyển Malaysia có thể thi đấu một cách xuất sắc nhất. Paulo Joshua đã có 3 bàn thắng. Thật sự đáng tiếc cho đội tuyển Malaysia khi Enric gặp chấn thương. Sự sáng tạo trên hàng công của đội tuyển
Terasak phối hợp với trung lộ không thành công. Sergio Aguero rất hay. Hiệp 1 là hiệp đấu mà trọng tài đã rút ra một tấm thẻ vàng cho Seksan. Và vừa rồi thì Aguero yêu cầu một tấm thẻ vàng nữa dành cho Sarek Yuyen, nhưng điều đó đã không xảy ra. Tình huống phạm lỗi rất kinh nghiệm của số 6.
Ngày hôm nay là một ngày thi đấu vất vả của tiền vệ bên phía đội tuyển Malaysia Aguero.
Little pocket of space, he does that so well. Tirasak, they'll be teammates at Port next year. This season that's coming upon us. Orchid closes Aguero, and Aguero is hacked down. Aguero wants a card. Referee Paulo Jesue's in there having a word. As captain he's allowed to, and Salah Yuyen's got away with one big time. And Aguero is saying, listen, you can't let somebody get away with that kind of challenge. That's cynical. That really is cynical. And Aguero, you're not meant to do that. You can pick up a card for that itself, but It's Jimmy Raymond under pressure. Tirasak eventually did well. Sadat, little bit of space. Oh, look for Yotsukorn. Sexan it was trying to play it in. Kakana blocked by Rodney. Faris. Driving run by Faris. Oh, good strength from Manipir. Strong play, and there's a break on here for Thailand. Yotsukorn is free. Sexan finds Yotsukorn. Yotsukorn delays the shot. Still Yotsukorn. Edge of the box. Tirasak can't get the shot away. Maybe at the edge of the box. Slashed across and eventually comes out to Faris. Actually, Pavitran. Break is on once again. Sexan pulls it back, but only as far as Sergio Aguero. And the Thai-based midfielder comes away for Malaysia. Safiq certainly playing a lot further forward. That's not a good ball though by Safiq Ahmad. Trying to play in Pavitran. Faris has come in at left back, and it's a straight swap for Ruben Tieran. Being able to get into the game. Little pullback there on Sexan. To say that being consistent, the referee. Usama. Little give and go. Usama carries on his run. Vaidala times his tackle well. Rodney Kelvin. Very calm. Rodney. Safiq. Alif. Faris looks to drive forward. Right then. Chance for Pavitran. Faris around the outside. Faris Danish. Cross is comfortably claimed by Kampong. About 60-40 in favour of Thailand as Ali Faikal Lau goes down for the second time. It's an awkward landing. He lands. Jimmy Raymond lands on the top of the boot of Tirasak. That's an awkward one. No, he landed on it. It's an ankle twist. Chance to take on some liquids on a very humid night, close to 80% humidity. Czecho's utilised one substitute. He's got one Kuzain, the American-born, as one possibility to come on. Defensively for Jimmy Raymond, well, Jimmy missed the first game, the 2-1 win in Yangon with an ankle injury, and this doesn't look very good for Jimmy. This might be a forced change. Alif Ahmad is an obvious straight replacement at fullback. Yeah, that's a twisted ankle. Jimmy Raymond's part participation in this match is going to go no further. And it will indeed be Alif Ahmad, another of the JDT2 contingent. That's fired forward by Azri. Looks for Sumare. 6 shots to 4. Only the one on target. That was the penalty goal by Yotsukom. Possession 60-40. One corner kick apiece. Tirasak. Sliding challenge comes in there from Safik Kakana. But the penalty. Sarat all over the top, looks for Yotsukorn. Nicely done, big chance, Tirasak, 2-0. Beautifully worked, the flag has stayed down. He looked onside, and Tirasak's 9th international goal puts clear daylight between these two nations. Malaysia look towards the assistant referee. I think he's got this right. Yun Chung Viet kept the flag down, and 10 minutes into the second stanza, I believe Tirasak. So that's onside for Yotsukorn. He does well, and Tirasak is way onside. And it's a lovely, cool finish by the Port FC striker. He's a good player. Azri closed him down. Tirasak lifts it over the top of him. Thailand looking in control of this contest. Second goal of this tournament for Tirasak. Thailand on to the top of the table, because if you're level on points, it's the head-to-head results that count in this ASEAN Hyundai Cup. Lovely ball over the top, and Tirasak's in once again. Looks for the square ball. Unselfish, didn't need to be. Malaysia have to be careful. Kakana out wide. Ubaidullah's header. Sumare. It's fouled on the edge of the penalty area by Usama. Make the change. They were down to 10 men, hence the space that Tirasak was in when he scored the goal. Alif Ahmad is now on for the injured Jimmy Raymond. Malaysia can count themselves unfortunate on 2 instances for both the goals. The inadvertent kick through the back of the leg. What he thought was a routine clearance for Ubaidullah. And the injured absence of Jimmy Raymond. Now right back, leaving a gaping hole for Tirasak. Again, these are the details. Malaysia, this group of players, don't have the experience to deal with. Arubardin. Moricic will slow things down, and Thailand, the match Masters are just keeping hold of the ball. Rivardin, Manibea. Tan tried to make the change with Shafiq pushing further forward, changing the formation a little bit. And Sergio Aguero is saying to Alif Heikel, you've got to push up. Alif's been reluctant to do that. And Thailand are finding space in between the lines. Sadat. He can play this kind of game all day, so can Thailand. Alif. Taken out. There's a cynicism there. Takes Alif out. Sarma getting away with that. Definite tug on the back as Alif goes past him. Harsher referees may pull out a yellow card. At least, though, he's being consistent. Just the one yellow card for Seksam as Faris. Another young player getting a first start. Sumare. Aguero. Sumare. Sama tight on Amadou Sumare. And Aguero a little bit short. Aguero wins it back. He's then pulled and he's demanding a card. He says he's being tugged back again. He is not happy. Neither is Paulo Josue. He does need to control himself, even though he's frustrated. That could be considered as an out-of-control lunge. Kakana, an hour gone. Thailand 2, Malaysia 0. Hyundai Cup, Malaysia. Pavitran, looking for Josue. Shafiq, shot from distance, just wide by Alif. I think had it covered. Change is coming. So we have a look at the snapshot coming in from Alif. As well to get the knee over it, keeps it low. Although saw it all the way through the arms at the last second. Changes. It's Safiq Ahmad coming off from Bonkuzain. Scored. Comes on. Seksam replaced. Rivardin also coming off. Morris and Poklau Anam, two strong replacements. And the break is on. Oh, good effort once again. Flag is up for offside. I was waiting for that from the assist. Combining well down that right-hand side. Waidula slid in. A bit further wide than he would have liked, Kakana. Situation maybe go across the goalkeeper. So for Thailand. Morris is on for his fourth cap. Fiji Pathum United. Pokloana, again, safe pair of hands for his 49th international appearance for Thailand. Oh, Bonkuzain is taken out and no action by the referee. So Faris dives in. Faris is the meat in a sandwich, and Faris gets the free kick. And again, one or two words from one or two Malaysian players. Faris sandwich between Poklau and Morris, the two substitutes, straight into the action. goal once again. That space is there because Jimmy Raymond is off the pitch, injured. And nobody covered in at right back. Whoever it was, Ali Feichel or Amadou Samare, meant to. And we're back live again as Kakana gets it on the left-hand side and it breaks through. Trigani, international start. Sumare. Monkuzain. He's in the lower leagues in the United States. Can't keep that in play. Aguero's worked hard. Wanted the throw-in. Asian Hyundai Cup, Thailand leading 2-0. Midway through this second half. Goal just before 40 minutes from the penalty spot. Yotsuko Mbarupa. And then maybe there's a chance here for Pavitran. Still Pavitran. Long way out, hugely ambitious. Didn't see any other options on. Morris was in close pursuit. Hands on hips. Malaysia have a week's break before they take on the Philippines. Their last match at the Kuala Lumpur Stadium in Cheras. It's next Saturday. Faris's header. Philippines today. Victors 4-1 in Vientiane against Laos. They host Thailand on Tuesday. Ralph tries to dribble clear. Aguero applauds. Tirasak, whose goal has really rubber-stamped this lead now for Thailand. Nicely played by Poklau. Morris. Morris has got 2 in the penalty area. Comes back instead to Poklau. Wadachit. Little triangles, little bit of keep ball. Training ground stuff for Thailand. Inviting Malaysia to gamble. Yotsukom against Alif. Alif surely too aggressive on the back of Yotsukom. Offers to help up the Thai number 9. It is a big step up from the 8-1 league in Malaysia to the Asian Hyundai Cup. Sarat being urged to speed things up a little bit. Poklau and Bia. Probably a threat in the air. Beat Paulo Josue, the front man. Aguero. Aguero is closed down. It's well played by Tirasak. Tirasak wins the corner. threw himself to the floor wanting a free kick. Tidasak was clever enough not to get that close to the Argentine-born midfielder. Five blue shirts in the 6-yard box surrounding Azri Ghani. Azri does well, gets a fist to it. Samare just helps it out. Boris, ping, looks for Warachit. More changes coming. Well, we're going to have a look here at Tidasak, because I think he's coming off. Jahanafi Mama from Prachuap, 20-year-old, is coming on for his second appearance. Two games, 2 goals for Tidasak. 2 chances for Jahanafi to just make a mark. Carlos hardly had a touch in the opposition half, never mind in the opposition penalty area. Malaysia being pushed back. Malaysia going to make a couple of changes themselves. Coming on, Darryl Sham. Kushakir. Who wears the number 14? Darryl Sham wears the number 22. Electronics scoreboard gives a slight problem. 2 number 14s. That's not good. So Sumare makes way. Sergio Aguero make way. 2 of the more experienced players for Malaysia. He's worked hard, Aguero. 10 out of 10 for attitude. Darryl George comes highly rated. Not watched too many JDT2 matches this year as Usama gets to the byline. Crosses in, Ubaidullah clears. Waris. Poklau. A bit of a stretch. Sarat just tries to tidy up, loses out. That's surely going to be a yellow card if the referee stops play. Monkhuzain it was. Here's Paulo Jazue. Paulo looks for a little bit of a gap, finds it. Enku did well. Look for Darryl George, then Enku loses out to Osama. The break is coming the other way, and Yotsukorn down the line looks for Kakana. Rodney Calvin is sweeping up. Faded a little bit, Kakana, but he did so much work, so much running in the first 30, 45 minutes. Here's Monkhuzain. Looks to attack Usama. Likes to get onto his left foot, Monkhuzain. Alif, sweeping pass out wide. Faris. Can he get across him? The answer is no, not first time. Didn't want to second time. Surely third time. Faris cross. Paulo Jazua leaves it. Monkhuzain, that's a chance. Certainly as far as this game goes, the most presentable chance for Malaysia. Faris Danish did well to eventually get the cross in. Good work from him and Pavitran. Monkhuzain coming on the edge of the box. He's all left foot. If he'd gone right foot. his international debut. For Malaysia, this was always going to be the toughest assignment. Yangon away was one thing. It's even more. Osama looks on, just gets a little bit of treatment. Good experience on the bench there as well for Thailand. This is a better angle for the Wongkuzain effort. Comes on his right foot. Maybe he can push through that instead. That's coming across his body. Very difficult to control. Well done, Faris, getting the cross in. Thailand with a goal late in the first half and early in the second. Leading, controlling. Official attendance, 16,037. One shot on target, one goal. That's not bad. Italy is in the penalty spot. Wongkuzain. Right foot is the one that caused him a problem. He tugs back on Yottakon. Thailand and Vietnam, two teams in Southeast Asia who hold on to the ball so well and immediately give the ball away. Aristanish, Alif, Rodney Kelvin, Anthony Hudson and his staff still on the touchline. Wongkuzain, back defending, 4-4-2. Alif. Good ball. So it was Darryl Sham who played the ball in. Natapong across, quietly assured Natapong. Another of the Chonburi contingent. Survived their first season back at the top flight, the former champions, and building a decent squad for this year. Wongkuzain's corner. Kampong does well. And Harris. One of the easier free kicks to give. Kana just gets there. Telling you a fib if I describe this one as a thriller. But it's been efficient from Thailand until Paulo Josue. Good save, Kampong. That's Paulo's range. Kampong, having given the ball away, scrambled back into his goal. He's not perfectly positioned. Still has enough spring in the dive and a stretch in the 34-year-old arms. Held in. Tug on the back from Josue. The break is on here for Thailand. Kinda can't get there though. Has been strong when he's needed to be. Unbeaten since he took over as head coach, Anthony Hudson. Low-trotting career. Comes to the United States and New Zealand. Into the Middle East as well. He's really rather enjoying the assignment here in Thailand, but there are expectations. Alif. top, looking for Wong Kuzain. A little bit too impetuous from Laurel Sham. Yotsukorn. Rodney Kelvin left the mark there on Yotsukorn. He's a big boy, is Rodney. Avitran and Faris just not on the same wavelength. Long ball over the top. That's the youngster doing a great job. Hanafi might have the wherewithal to break for goal. Hocklau. And they play these little triangles so well. Spread out wide. Nanku outside to Alif. Alif pulls it back. Now inadvertently finds Manibir. And what a chit, lovely little turn. Thailand playing keep ball.
Đã có được chiến thắng 4-1 trước người Lào. Chiến thắng quan trọng cho màn ra quân của Philippines. Trận đầu tiên Philippines đã để thua Myanmar với tỷ số 1-4 rồi. Tại bảng B thì đến thời điểm hiện tại rõ ràng Thái Lan là ứng viên sáng giá nhất cho ngôi đầu bảng. Jacob, Binamat, Sarek vẫn đảm bảo vị trí của mình ở vị trí mỏ neo trong đội hình của Thái Lan và điều tiết các cầu thủ xung quanh. Quyết định sút xa quá vội vàng của Malaysia. Avitran.
Cách thức tấn công của đội tuyển Malaysia nó hơi đơn giản. Họ chỉ đưa bóng ra biên và tạt vào trong, nhưng điều quan trọng nhất là phía bên trong quá đông các cầu thủ của đội tuyển Thái Lan.
Một mình Joshua là không đủ để có thể gây ra sự khó dễ cho những Manuel Bia hay Natapong. Voracit chưa phải là một quả chọc khe.
Nếu đó được chuyền sẽ rất nguy hiểm và Josakon sẽ băng xuống một mình đối mặt với thủ môn. Nhưng tiếc là Voracit đã không thể có một đường chuyền cho người đàn em.
Cơ hội cho Malaysia. Tốc độ không đủ. Osama Thiakham vẫn đang đảm trách rất tốt cả nhiệm vụ phòng ngự lẫn hỗ trợ tấn công ở bên hành lang cánh trái của mình.
Trong hiệp đấu thứ hai và những phút cuối, các cầu thủ Malaysia luôn tấn công tốt bên phía cánh phải, băng xuống nhanh, trồng biên nhiều, nhưng điều quan trọng là tạt vào trong để giúp cho đồng đội có tình huống dứt điểm chưa thấy đâu.
Đơn giản là ở bên trong Joshua đã bị vô hiệu hóa. Sút bóng không bao. Đó thực sự là một tình huống xử lý tốt của Darusam và nó thách thức khả năng bắt bóng của thủ thành Campon. Khoảng trống ở ngay trước vòng.
Trọng tài đã thổi phạt cầu thủ bên phía Malaysia phạm lỗi đối với thủ môn Campon. Trong hiệp 2, thủ môn Campon cũng đã có 2 đến 3 lần tung người để cản phá và dứt điểm của đội tuyển Malaysia. Đây tình huống va chạm đối với đội trưởng Paulo Joshua. Ở trong hiệp 2, đội tuyển Malaysia cũng đẩy cao đội hình khá nhiều, cũng chưa thể có bàn thắng rút ngắn tỷ số. Đối với đội tuyển Thái Lan ở trong hiệp 2 thì họ thi đấu thấp hơn, họ giữ cự ly đội hình 4-5-1, tạo ra 3 lớp phòng ngự chặt chẽ. Dứt điểm rất nguy hiểm, hướng xâm nhập vào vòng cấm và tung ra pha dứt điểm những bóng đi vót xa. Tình huống bằng vào của Paris.
Số 25 là người tạo ra được dấu ấn rõ nét nhất bên phía Malaysia kể từ khi vào sân. Anh thế chỗ của hậu vệ trái Ruben Thuram nhưng lại là người rất thường xuyên dâng cao tấn công. Đầu tiên là quả tạt chính xác cho Wan Kuzain và liên tiếp ở những tình huống vừa rồi là những nỗ lực áp sát vào vòng cấm địa của Thái Lan. Một quả phạt góc. Wan Kuzain sẽ thực hiện quả phạt góc này. Đội trưởng Joshua chưa làm được gì trong ngày hôm nay. Bóng đã ra bên ngoài sân. Phong Anan sau khi vào sân từ ghế dự bị cũng chưa thể được nhiều. Thêm một sự thay đổi người nữa của đội chủ nhà Chawanwit vào sân thế chỗ của Yosakon. Phút cuối cùng của thời gian thi đấu chính thức và Yosakon cũng đã khá mệt.
Chawanwit cũng là một cầu thủ trẻ có tốc độ. Ở trận đấu với đội tuyển Lào, Chawanwit cũng đã được tung vào sân ở trong hiệp 2 và thi đấu khá ấn tượng với những pha bứt tốc của mình. Cuộc thi đấu chính thức cuối cùng của trận đấu này. Cách biệt vẫn đang là 2 bàn nghiêng về phía đội tuyển Thái Lan. Hakim Lâu. Đây là cơ hội rất nguy hiểm, nhưng các cầu thủ phòng ngự bên phía đội tuyển Thái Lan cũng đã làm chủ tình hình. Phạm lỗi rồi. Có khá nhiều những pha bóng chuyền vượt tuyến để các cầu thủ xâm nhập vào khu vực nách trung lộ, nhưng vẫn không có bàn thắng dành cho đội tuyển Malaysia. Trong pha bóng rồi, thủ môn Carbon cũng đã ra lỡ trơn.
Shakir Jacob đã rất cố gắng để băng vào. Tốc độ tốt của anh đã khiến cho hàng thủ của Thái Lan phải gặp đôi chút lúng túng, nhưng Natapong vẫn có mặt kịp thời để giải nguy. Còn khoảng 3 phút trong số thời gian bù giờ hiệp 2. Ném biên cho đội chủ nhà. Rất khẩn trương. Cha Quan Huýt mới vào sân. Vẫn là số 11. Động tác đẩy bóng cuối cùng của Cha Quan Huýt đã khiến anh gặp khó trước sức mạnh đến từ Rodney.
Đúng là cầu thủ trẻ còn thiếu kinh nghiệm, nhưng không sao cả. Với những pha bứt tốc như vậy cũng gây khó khăn cho các trung vệ bên phía đội tuyển Malaysia vào thời điểm những phút cuối của trận đấu này.
Đưa bóng lỗi và Cha Quan Huýt lại có bóng. Thể lực của các cầu thủ Malaysia cũng đã suy giảm. Trong những giây phút cuối khi mà họ đang tỏ ra tương đối vội vàng thì cảm giác bóng lại là điều mà họ đang làm không tốt. Manuel Bier, kinh nghiệm của người Thái đang khiến cho những nỗ lực áp sát của Malaysia trở nên vô vọng. Cha Quan Huýt. Và xử lý quá hay, chỉ tiếc là nó hơi mạnh.
Tầm quan sát của các Thái Lan đã rất tốt. Họ có thể chuyển mọi hướng ở trong trận đấu ngày hôm nay. Đang khó khăn đối với các cầu thủ phòng ngự bên phía đội tuyển Malaysia.
Rodney. Ngày hôm nay là ngày mà đội trưởng Joshua thực sự là chìm nghỉm trong hàng thủ của Thái Lan. Ném biên cho đội khách, họ còn lại khoảng 1 phút nữa thôi. Một lần trắng tay rời sân Rasa Mangala với thầy trò huấn luyện viên Tan Cheng Ho. Vẫn là sự bình tĩnh của các cầu thủ áo xanh. Manuel Bier. Thời gian không còn nhiều. Jacob. Susa. Bóng bật vào đầu của Natapong. Nỗ lực dứt điểm của Wan Kuzain. Wan Kuzain sinh ra ở Mỹ. Anh sớm được tiếp xúc với nền bóng đá ở Hoa Kỳ, nhưng tài năng của cầu thủ này không thực sự được phát triển đúng như kỳ vọng của người hâm mộ Malaysia. Và hết giờ rồi. Kết quả cuối cùng là 2-0 nghiêng về Thái Lan.
Señores, finish. Thailand 2, Malaysia 0. Dengan berakhirnya pertandingan ini, Thailand memenangkan 3 poin atas Malaysia. Thailand VS Klasemen sementara berarti wow, di grup A Singapura mengoleksi 7 poin guys, Indonesia 6 poin, tetapi masih bermain 2 kali guys. Indonesia akan bertemu dengan Vietnam. Wow, Malaysia udah tanding 3 kali guys, tapi poinnya masih 6. Berarti Myanmar masih ada kesempatan guys. Thailand mengoleksi 6 poin. Malaysia akan bertemu Filipina terakhir guys. Indonesia sendiri akan bertemu dengan Vietnam guys. Vietnam, suku butanya Indonesia itu Vietnam guys. Vietnam sama Thailand guys. Syukur sama Malaysia guys. Musuh butanya. Ayo, siapakah yang akan jadi juara AFF tahun ini guys? John Vietnam bisa membuktikan guys kalau bisa guys. Sendiri Kamboja kontra Timor Leste, Indonesia lawan Vietnam. Terminado, senere, finish. Sampai jumpa.